So I think the main reason mainstream media outlets in hip hop are having a hard time with Drake's downfall and Kendrick being number one is because of the business model of not only Kendrick and PG Lang, but TDE, etc. They are not, as Kendrick put it, they're not too friendly with ninjas, right? And I think the reason that they're not too friendly is because if you look at most of the prominent people in hip hop media today, which is kind of crazy, that were former artists and that are kind of streamers and shaping their platforms around controversy, they all have lack of integrity. They all have weird cases in their past, right? Like Baca, and he's still around. I'm just going to keep pointing that out. They are more like Drake from a personal standpoint. So it would be better for them and their lifestyle and what they wish to represent if Drake had won the battle. You know, a lot of the hip hop media that is popular and that are more characters are immature, right? And Kendrick's message of discipline, message of keeping things real, message of keeping things West Coast is not beneficial to them. And that's why they have a hard time with this. They're going to continue to have a hard time with this and not really, even though they have to give Kendrick props, they really don't want to. And we're going to discuss further and go through the example. All right. So the saga continues with OVO Nation, both up front and behind the scenes, right? We have a lot of still support for Drake. A lot of people still bringing up how good Family Matters was. You know, if you go on Twitter, those people have been doing that consistently for the last 9 months. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the media. Now, we know Akademiks flip-flops every week, right? And recently he did a little stream where he was talking about Kendrick having to diss Drake to have success, right? That was basically his main point. And I'll play a couple excerpts here.
What my new advice has been to Drake: don't respond to none of this shit. Wait till about summertime. Don't drop in February, even though I highly disagree with him going on tour. Kendrick realizes that his music, with all due respect, not like us, is a global hit. Squabble Up is not even a national hit currently. It does good because Kendrick is popular. It's not a national hit. Could you get the entire world to care about a song of yours like they did for Not Like Us? That's incredibly difficult. And what he's leaning on consistently is that, well, I could get more reach if I diss Drake. So I'm going to keep dissing or sneak dissing Drake. And because I do that, that will get the Twitter world and these other social media worlds to talk about these songs more. Squabble Up is I think it's a hit. Mustard, the TV off joint, I think that's a hit as well. I don't hear that song playing when I go out, when I leave the house, whether you believe I do or not. I don't hear that song in its entirety like it's a natural hit. Not Like Us is a natural hit. That's a fact. That's a natural hit. And I feel like West Coast people always think I'm hating on the West Coast when I tell them that songs they like a lot, nobody else plays.
So he's all over the place, right? Because now Kendrick has to have global hits for every record that he releases. Even though the album that he released, all 12 songs charted. He's had 8 songs off that album be at number 1. So I just don't. What's the problem with and the whole thing that he has to diss Drake? If people like me and others who break down the lyrics didn't explain some of the disses, and Team OVO also loves to push back against me as far as saying that, oh, he's not really dissing Drake there. That's not really a diss. Which one is it? Which one is it? Does he have to diss Drake for clout, or is he not dissing him and we're reaching? There's a scramble going on, right? Then we get into comments from the Joe Budden podcast, and like, if you listen to Kendrick on Whacked Out Mirrors, if you listen to him on Man at the Garden, these are the people he's addressing. It's not just the people who are overtly, Team Drake. There's a lot of people who are just trying to ride the wave of Kendrick, but because Kendrick and them they're not friendly with ninjas, like I said in the intro, their true colors are going to show eventually, right? So when you listen to the JBP talk like this,
I ain't gonna front. I put Family Matters on, whatever that shit is.
That shit is crazy.
That record ends the rest of y'all.
Bro, that song is crazy.
That song, it does the job to the field.
Family Matters is fire.
If we be really honest, Drake, and when we go bar for bar from the
That nigga
records,
was rapping, bro.
He was
rapping.
From what I
bro.
wanted to hear, just from the lyricist standpoint, he had him.
If he'd have kept that
Yo,
energy up,
that nigga was rapping, bro. And I came in, I tried.
You know, Joe Budden has to do that, even though he can't stand Drake. Unfortunately for him, because of his platform, he may need him, right? And his co-host all are Team Drake and were Team Drake, because Drake and the type of music he makes fits to their lifestyle and their mindsets, right? Most of these people also have handlers who are outside of the culture. And that's kind of a hidden thing that doesn't get brought up enough, right? When you see things like this, like Drake doing this giveaway, right? Now people were saying that Drake made Kendrick work with the West Coast. Well, Kendrick made Drake do this Christmas giveaway that he's doing with, again, a non-hip hop streamer, somebody who's from outside the culture, somebody who is a culture vulture, and Aiden Ross. And Drake has dubbed doing streams with Aiden Ross many times before. So this also shows how desperate he is that now he's finally going to do a stream with him so far, allegedly, right? Because it hasn't happened yet. And Akademiks may get that interview. So though he wants to jump ship, because I'm sure the numbers are down and staying in support of Drake, and you know, with the Super Bowl and the tours coming up, Kendrick and them are going to be running hip hop for a while next year. But these media outlets also know that there will probably be no interaction with them from that team, because that team can see through the fake love. You just jumping on the side. You're trying to jump on the side that won. You don't really care about our music, our movement, or anything we got going on, especially over here on the West Coast. And the one thing I love about Kendrick is that he addresses things through the music like you're supposed to, right? And he's addressed it many times that you all don't like the West Coast. And and people in my comments have said it. I don't really understand it, but it's a thing, right? They just can't get over, on the East mostly, they can't get over just not liking the West Coast for some reason. Just in my estimation, even though Hollywood is on the West Coast, the media in hip hop is more Hollywood, more fake, more studio than it is on the West Coast by far. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big problem that I think a lot of the top artists, and especially Kendrick, TDE, PG Lang, that's the problem that they have with the East Coast, is that there's always this underlying hate. So I'm starting to realize that this flailing to save Drake is going to continue. To me, I don't think he has any music to drop that can overcome what the damage that the battle did. And I think that's really the problem that's going on here. And you're gonna see some of your favorite hip hop media really squirm and scramble to try to overhype whatever he does next. So just be ready for that. Like I've said before, if he does drop something that's fire, I'm never gonna deny what people do. I like to stick to the truth. You know, people say, well, you're just a pro Kendrick. Not really. If Kendrick would have lost, I would have said it. I would say it. Again, I've said it before, he's not making any missteps, not one, in this whole situation throughout this whole 2024. And to me, really on the energy and on a cosmic level, this is something that was supposed to happen. Excuse me. This is righteousness coming to the forefront. All right. This is hip hop correcting itself. All right. And a lot of the people who were prominent during this lost age, and that's what I'm gonna call the age of Drake's reign, it was lost, because I wasn't even that interested in the music anymore, to be honest. That's why I'm behind on a lot of the tea. And shout out to y'all for helping me out with some of the, the behind the scenes and the personal life stuff that goes on with these artists. But a lot of the prominent artists do not have the culture's best interest at heart and the art form's best interest at heart as well. They weren't trying to push the art form forward. They're trying to make a little money, maybe be a programming mechanism for those who want to see people of our culture not do so well, right? They pushed a lot of negative messaging, a lot of destructive messaging, not talking about how they actually lived. And that is totally in the opposite direction of what hip hop music and the art form was supposed to be about. So check out part 1 of this video where I cover a little excerpt of the softness in the media and the OV holes. Click that video link on your screen. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below, man. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Hit the notification bell. Share the video, tell a friend and tell a friend. Thank y'all for watching as always, and we out.